The mic felt heavier than I expected, my hands trembling so hard I worried the whole room could hear it. A single spotlight burned down on me, exposing every doubt I'd ever collected, while rows of unfamiliar faces stared back, waiting for something, anything. My mind raced through every mistake that had brought me here, the voice cracking during choir, the mocking laughter in high school, the years spent hiding behind silence just to avoid judgment. But the moment stretched, and I realized no one was going to rescue me from the silence but myself. Heart pounding, I forced out the first words of my poem, voice barely more than a whisper. At first, the silence felt suffocating, an ocean of blank stares and withheld applause. But with each line, something shifted, not in them, but in me. The pain of every past rejection fueled my words, turning shame into raw honesty. I stopped worrying about their approval and started speaking only for myself, letting the truth pour out, unfiltered. By the time I finished, the room was still quiet, but the silence had changed. It was no longer the absence of support, but the presence of respect, people listening, really listening, to what I had to say. I stepped off the stage with my head high, hands no longer shaking, realizing I didn't need applause or validation to know my voice mattered. The fear hadn't disappeared, but I'd learned to move through it, one breath, one word at a time. Looking back, I see now that the hardest part wasn't facing a silent crowd, it was learning to accept my own voice, flaws and all. The moment I stopped seeking approval and started embracing my story, everything changed. If you're waiting for permission to speak up or afraid of being judged, remember, the silence isn't your enemy. Sometimes, it's the space you need to finally hear yourself.